to another Courtney Talks. I have got the lovely Colleen, Joshua, and Rachel on my couch. Not my casting couch, just a couch.
Just a couch.
Although we did establish that in the last episode that I'm your child, you have a foot fetish.
Yes, you're our child. That's important.
I'm just here.
You're morals. You're the midwife.
Yes. There you go.
But I actually wanted to ask Colleen a question about being Miranda.
Yes.
Because I mean, I'm slightly different. Like, I'm Courtney and I'm Shane, but the line between the two isn't as defined as Miranda and Colleen. But I still will refer to myself in the third person.
Yeah.
Like right now, if I'm talking about tomorrow when I'm not in drag, I'll refer to Shane or vice versa. And I was wondering, how have you found it going through life with this character and then with normal people relating to you? Has this been a thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's been really weird. I think the weirdest thing is knowing that people think I'm insane when I'm talking about myself in the third person. Because I'll be like, oh well, then Colleen would react this way and Miranda would react this way. I have to talk about it separately because it gets confusing to say I would do this or I don't know. It gets confusing because people are like, who is she talking about? Is she talking about Miranda or Colleen? So I think that's the hardest thing for me is I'm like, they think I'm insane because I'm talking about myself in the third person. But it's also strange because there's no one I know that really does the same thing, so it's not relatable. It's not like you can be like, oh my god, I was Miranda all day, and it's like people are like, what are you talking about? You know, it's not something that I could go to my sister and be like, oh my gosh, today it was confusing. I was Miranda for an hour, and then I was myself for an hour, and then I was Miranda again. It's not something that's relatable. It's just kind of like, you have a weird job.
Is it emotionally draining to be in Miranda? If you have to be in her for a period of time, when you take it off, are you like, oh.
Yeah, I'd say I am. If I have to stay in character for longer than a couple hours, I'm
meet and greets and things?
Meet and greets or meet and greets I do in character, and then long shoots, if I have a shoot day when I'm in character the whole day, it's draining because it's a lot of improv, and when you're yourself, you're just talking and you're just living, but when you're a character, you have to consciously think, how would this person react to this situation, what would this person say in this situation, and that does get draining. That's exhausting. They'll both say that at the end of a shoot, if I've been Miranda for most of the day, I'm toast. I don't talk. I'm just a vegetable.
The most I've seen you be affected by is when you shot with Jerry Seinfeld and you improv for 2 hours straight with multiple cameras. And
Jerry Seinfeld.
And Jerry Seinfeld, because there's all these, there's a lot of added layers to it. But I remember you saying, I'm used to, if I'm shooting a video, it's 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there. If I do a show, it's an hour and a half, but I get to go off stage for a little bit, or then there's a break before the meet and greet. But this was just Miranda at all aspects. The camera could catch everything, and you were just done afterwards. You were just so just exhausted.
Everyone was like, "You just shot with Jerry Seinfeld. How do you feel?" And I was like, "I want to take a nap.
Yeah.
I want to have a glass of wine, and I want to go to sleep." So it is draining, I guess.
Yeah.
It seems kind of silly because it's such a stupid character, but it is draining.
I know, sometimes the best part of getting into drag is taking it off.
Yes, totally. I can't wait. I can never take the lipstick off fast enough.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, people always get upset because after a shoot, everyone's like, "Oh, we need to take a picture," and I've already got the lipstick off. I'm like, "Oh, damn, I have to put it back on." But yeah, I totally agree. At the end of the day, it's you can't wait to just take it off. Yeah.
I get in trouble after shows and meet and greets if I don't have a makeup wipe remover ready for her. That. So I'm like, please, I just want it off right.
Just be grateful you don't have to pull duct tape off your genitals.
I've never had to do that.
Wait, what?
I want to know, Joshua, were you and Colleen together before Miranda? You said 5 years, so that's kind of...
The very first image I ever saw of her was Miranda Sings. That's what I saw.
Was it love at first sight?
It was.
It was sweet.
It was so sweet. It was a Miranda foot video.
Right.
I wouldn't say love at first sight. It was intrigue. I was intrigued at first sight because I knew that there was someone behind this thing, and I wanted to know what that person was. And then the more I saw, the more I was like, oh, why am I crushing on this person online that I've never met?
So before you saw Colleen, you
I saw
crushing on Miranda?
No, absolutely not.
Which brings me to my next question.
I know where this is going.
Have you ever done it with Miranda? Cut the cameras. No.
Miranda is never present.
No, there was
hold
on. There was this one time.
Where was I?
Wait.
You weren't there. Miranda was there.
There was this one time back when we lived in Jersey together, probably 4.5 years ago, that we were just being sweet and cuddling in bed. And
We actually were just cuddling. That sounds very like he's like cuddling, but we really
there was no
weren't.
linkage.
We really were
And
just
then
cuddling.
in the middle of it, I don't know what.
We were kissing, and we were kissing.
I don't remember
I
how
know what you're
it
talking
jumped
about.
into it, but then she automatically just kind of popped into character, and I immediately was like,
He pushed me off of him.
get
Like,
off
I don't
me.
remember why
I was like,
I
we
wanted
are
to
not
do it.
doing this. That is not going to be a thing.
Yeah, like
That
we
is
were
not a
kissing,
thing.
and I did the face, and he was like, "Ah," and
You were here. I was holding you here, on top, and then that face, and I was like, okay,
I
well.
can just picture you rolling off the bed and onto the floor. Well, it's funny because when I remember an ex-boyfriend of mine, when we were together, I was in drag and we were at a party and he tried to kiss me and I was like, oh, like get away from me, you weirdo. Like it just kind of weirded me out.
Why?
That he would try and kiss me while I was in drag because I guess I didn't. But then I have had intimate relations with straight identifying men in drag, but only ever like for an hour, not paid by the hour, not exactly an hour. But like,
I mean, what are we getting into? This is turning into a different show.
but then, but like I've never like dated a boy as Courtney because it's like dating somebody as Miranda.
Yeah,
It
like
doesn't
you
make
just
sense.
don't. Yeah.
But yeah, I do remember like being weirded out by him trying to kiss me when I was in drag.
Yeah, I try to like chase him sometimes when I'm Miranda just to like bug him. He's like, ugh, stop. Like he, because Miranda's hideous, let's be honest. And he's always pretty grossed out by it.
And what's it like being? Because you two travel together, Colleen
Yeah.
and Rachel travel doing the Miranda Sing show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what's it like traveling with your sister?
Exhausting, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's cool to see her how she can just switch like in and out of character. Because there's a part of the show where she'd come off stage and just for 10 seconds and she'd just switch to Colleen, say whatever she needed to say, and go back on as Miranda.
Mhm.
It's really cool to see, actually. I liked it.
Yeah, she likes working with me, but Miranda is really hard to deal with.
Miranda's very
is
mean to
a
her.
whore to me.
Miranda's mean to
a
everyone.
total bitch to Rachel though.
She's
like,
fired Rachel as Miranda probably 15, 20
If
times.
anything goes wrong in the show, even if it's not my fault, I get fired for it.
And she'll do it on the microphone in front of thousands of people.
Yeah.
Does Miranda? Do you ever use Miranda to say things that perhaps
Are you kidding?
couldn't
Of
say as
course
Colleen?
I
Yes.
do. Of course I do. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of liberating to have a character where you can kind of say anything and get away with it. Not everything I say is like what I've been wanting to say, but there are some times where I'm working with someone that I just like cannot stand. There's been a couple times back in the day where I worked with people on stage and I just like couldn't stand these people and I would rip them to shreds as Miranda and everyone laughed and I was like, oh, Miranda's so funny, but really deep down I was like, yes, that felt so good.
I actually wanted to know that because, like, I feel like as a drag performer, there's a similarity.
Truly, like the drag community is the only community I feel like that like I'm like, oh, I'm kind of similar to that.
Yeah.
Like
You have your own person.
because I don't know anyone else who has a character that they live, two separate lives. I mean, I have 2 social media accounts for everyone, and it's like, it really is like living 2 lives. I have to take care of 2 different people. And it's very similar, so.
There you go. Yeah, a little bonding.
I know.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having
Colleen,
us.
Joshua, and Rachel. And tune in soon for more Courtney Talks, more Courtney Chronicles on Mondays, usually. And I'll see you soon. Bye.